and welcome. I'm Lisa. Thanks for joining me here on the Imagine Crafts YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing my version of a Farmhouse Valentine card complete with a shiplap background. I'm even going to share a green version of this card with you that would be perfect for weddings or anniversaries. Here's a quick look at a few of the products I'll be using. Versafine Clair inks in the colors Charming Pink, Glamorous, and Midnight Mist. Versamark ink, Versafine Onyx Black ink, Memento Pistachio ink, embossed embossing powder, and my on point glue. I'm going to start by adding this Midnight Mist ink to the shiplap background stamp, making sure that I'm not missing any areas. And then I'm going to lay a piece of 80-pound cardstock on top of the stamp. I'm going to place a piece of printer paper over it and run my hand across that printer paper. Now, you want to be sure you're holding that cardstock still. You don't want it to shift around while you're doing this. And here's a look at that background. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite background stamps. So I'm going to go ahead now and create two more of the backgrounds, repeating that same process. We're going to come in next with an 80-pound cardstock in the Misti, and we're going to stamp 3 of this heart. Now I'm using Versafine Clair inks in the colors Charming Pink and Glamorous. And then I'm going to come in with that Memento ink in the color Pistachio. I'm going to run these through my die cut machine with the coordinating die, and I'm also going to go ahead and trim down those shiplap backgrounds to 3.5 inches wide by 4 3/4 inches high. Now here's a quick look at the hearts and backgrounds together. Now, I'm a huge fan of vellum, especially with gold embossing. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of embossing on some vellum. I'm going to place a piece of it in my Misti and then position my sentiments and lift those with the lid of the Misti. I'm going to lay down a generous amount of anti-static powder, and then I'm going to stamp the sentiments using Versamark ink, and I'm going to stamp it a couple of times, and I'm going to be very light with the pressure. You don't want to push down too hard with that. If you do, it causes the ink to mushroom out, and it'll give you that blurry look that you get sometimes if you push down too hard. I'm going to go ahead and add this Gold MBoss Embossing Powder straight to that stamped sentiment and then lightly tap off the excess. Now, if I need to, I'll come in with a inexpensive paintbrush and just clean it up. Now I'm going to hit it with a preheated heat gun, and I like to let my heat gun heat up for about 15 seconds before taking it to that vellum, and then you saw how pretty that gold embossing was. So my thought was I would stamp the word straight onto the hearts for this next step, but then I quickly decided that I would rather stamp them onto white cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp the word love onto white cardstock with Versafine Onyx Black ink, and then I'm going to run those through my die cut machine with the coordinating die. So once I'm done stamping these and running these through, I'm going to also go ahead and cut 6 extra so that I can stack these together for each card. Now for the extra, I'm not going to stamp them. I'm just going to run those through the machine with white cardstock. Then I'm going to use my on point glue and go ahead and adhere these together. Once I have these adhered together, I'm going to go ahead and let them dry. So now once they're dry, I'm going to take my on point glue again and adhere these to these hearts, and then we'll just go ahead and let those dry. So I'm going to go ahead then after that and add tear it tape to the back of the stamped background panels. I'm going to remove the paper backing from the tape and then center the panels on a gray cardstock panel that I've cut to 3 3/4 of an inch wide by 5 inches high. I'm going to come in with mounting foam and adhere that to the back of those gray cardstock panels. Remove the paper backing and center the panel onto a 4 1/4 inch by 5 1/2 inch 110-pound card base. Now you could use an 80-pound card base if you wanted to. Next, I'm going to go ahead and apply tear it tape to the back of the hearts and go ahead and add that to the hearts. I did add a little bit of the on point glue to the V and the E that hangs off there just to make sure that everything stays in place. Now, once we have those set aside drying, I'm going to come in with clear double-sided mounting tape, and I'm going to put that on the back of the vellum and then place them over the heart. And then I do believe that's going to be a wrap. So that's my take on a Farmhouse Valentine card. Let me know what you think about these in the comments below. Which one is your favorite? I think I like the green the best. So I hope you enjoyed joining me and that you were inspired enough to head into your crafty space and create something amazing today. Be sure to click that subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified of new content to this channel. If you want to click that thumbs up button, that would be awesome. As always, know how much we appreciate you joining us here on the Imagine Crafts YouTube channel. And until the next time, keep crafting.